What's going on, everyone? We're live with today's 11 Gamer NBA slate. So, yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into things here. So, we got the Rise Ball Study Hub up. Of course, if you're not a Rise Ball sub, you want to subscribe. Code Teammate gives you $10 off your first month. Yeah, 11 games. Just a lot of stuff to go through. I will say, in my crunches that I just did for DraftKings, getting a lot of balanced builds. I'm not really getting anybody in the highest salary range, like what 9K and above. The only guy I'm getting is like a little bit of Trae Young. Like I'm not getting any Jokic right now, which is very interesting. I mean, it's a really good spot to get to someone like Jokic at only 6.1% owned. Rise percentage is a little low. See what we got over here. I did see some talk in Discord about his optimal percentage for Jokic. Very good. Same thing for John Moran as well. But the rise percentages here just a bit low, which may be the reason why they're not necessarily showing up in crunches. Memphis against Houston. That's a really good matchup for John Moran, by the way. Let me pull up the chat here. Okay. Yeah, at any point, anyone has any questions or comments, just go ahead and toss them in the chat, and we'll go ahead and show them on stream. Jason Tatum's an interesting one. Pretty good rise percentage. Ownership is a bit high. He is somebody that I have unchecked. Just fading some chalk. I'm fading Devin Vassell as well right now. Of course, if this changes before lock, then we will adjust. But I mean, as of right now, Tatum and Vassell are the two fades. Talk about the strategy yesterday in Discord. So basically, it's taking the highest owned A value fade, highest owned A projection fade, and then we just go elsewhere. So like we just look here at the A projection tier. Oh, interesting. Now Halliburton's higher owned than Tatum. That may switch things up, right? Interesting. So yeah, now Halliburton would be the fade and not Tatum. Interesting. Let's just go ahead and rerun that and see what that looks like. Yeah, that just changed because I just refreshed. So let's see where we're getting at. I'm not getting to any Keldon Johnson at all. 6,800's a bit higher in price than you would like him. Right, what was the last game? 5,900. So yeah, that is a big jump. You would like to see Keldon Johnson kind of in that low 6 to high 5 range. But yeah, I mean now we're in on Tatum, right? It's just pretty much a little flip flop right here. So that definitely changes things. Yeah, we will do some Fatal crunching as well. And after this crunch is done, we'll just look at the highest exposures. Let's just go ahead and look at the A tier over here in the study hub. So these are all the A tier projection guys. And then we can actually just sort this by like really anything you want here. Like optimal percentage is a good one that you can sort it by. Jokic comes in first there. Interesting that Tatum is under 10%. This is something that we can kind of take a look at as we get more slates. Like I suppose Tatum and Siakam may be like an interesting 1v1 in terms of they're both in the A tier, both ABs. Optimal percentage pretty close, but seems to be an ownership disparity there. Like what's Siakam on FC Pro ownership? 13.6%. So I mean a little bit lower owned and obviously a different position. But that's something to keep an eye on. So you get Trae Young here with a 9.2% optimal percentage. Now, as for how to put this into your DraftKings process, I don't really have a like a clear strategy on how to use it yet. That is something that we probably get after like a week or so of slates, and then we can go back into NBA Rewind, and then we can look at it that way. Yeah, we have the crunch now, so let's look at the new DraftKings crunch. Who are we getting to? A lot of Josh Hart. Josh Hart's pretty popular. Santi is an interesting one. Let's see. He got the start yesterday. I would assume he gets the start, or not yesterday, but the other day. I would assume he gets the start again. I doubt we have any lineups right now. But assuming he does get the start, then I would imagine that he's going to be a guy I want a lot of. Yeah, we're not going to have any lineups yet. Those are probably going to come in, probably starting in like an hour, since we are about 2 hours before lock as of right now. So yeah, underdog key stuff to look for. Jokic probable, Jamal Murray questionable coming off that ACL, I believe. Dylan Brooks doubtful, which is why you will be getting to some like Desmond Bane is someone that directly gets a bump off of Dylan Brooks. Cole Anthony questionable. He had an illness. I would imagine he plays. If he was like game time decision last game. And then Denny is going to be on. I saw that like half hour ago, I think. Right? They tweeted that. Denny officially active. So I would imagine he starts for Washington again. Yeah, you see just a lot of mid-range guys, and then Tatum's really going to be able to gather, but getting the 8K range. See, we're getting Trae Young here at 3% now. So just not really getting to the studs, really just sticking in the mid-range, not really dumpster diving at all in this slate. With pricing how it is, we're just going to keep getting to these mid-range guys. Kelly Oubre is a very interesting one to me. Pulled the game log from last time out. Did get foul trouble in this game, so he probably would have gotten around 30 minutes had he stayed out of foul trouble. 10 field goal attempts in 23 minutes is very good. 19% or almost 20% usage rate is kind of where you want it. But yeah, I mean, given more minutes, he's definitely going to be able to get some more boards. And I mean, he's a guy that's going to cause some havoc on defense and then shoot some threes. So yeah, I definitely like Oubre at 5,600. Definitely guy I would like to have more of than the field, but it's just a really good value. Terry Rozier as well, just a guy that's gonna dominate the ball for the Hornets. 30% usage rate, shooting a lot. Really has some triple double upside. This game did blow out, so he didn't really get a full run. I really expect him to get around 35 minutes. Let's see, anybody that's interesting here. Kevin Porter Jr. is a triple-double threat on a nightly basis. If Houston stays in the game, he's going to be doing a lot. Vooch at 7,500 is very good. That's really a sweet spot for Vooch. Against Washington, who's Washington running at center is Kristaps. That's a fine spot for Vooch. I have no problem with that. They're going to run Kristaps and some Gafford, maybe some Taj Gibson, but yeah, that's a solid spot for Vooch. Really looking for like a double-double out of Vooch today. Trey Jones again, not nearly as highly owned. Yeah, I mean, just really sticking in the mid-range. Josh Hart really just popping off the sheet here. And yeah, right back to Bam Adebayo. Under 10% owned. So, I mean, we're smashing him, over the field. So, yeah, like Bam Adebayo a lot. Let's go ahead and get some FanDuel projections, and then we'll run some crunches there. See what we get. Let's get rise percentage, and let's get projection value tier. Did I get ratings? Let's get ratings as well. And then we'll do some crunching. Okay. So FanDuel, kind of my strategy here. I like to run optimals first, and I actually really need to get a refresh so I can sort rise percentage and projection in the cartridges themselves. So yeah, let's just pull up projection tier, rise percentage, and I'm trying to like find a way to use the same concept they use for DraftKings on FanDuel. Still trying to nail it down. And obviously, we don't have any exposure caps here, so things are going to be a little more aggressive than we'd like. But just trying to iron out, how many A tier guys do we use? How many, higher rise percentage guys do we use? Jabari Smith, interestingly, doesn't have a rise percentage. Let's see if that's maybe some sort of error. Just Jabari Smith, rise percentage. Yeah, we just got nothing here. Interesting. Wonder why that is. A value tier, so I mean, I would imagine he'd be a high rise percentage guy. Probably somewhere around like 25-30%. But I mean, it looks like he's going to get in there regardless. So we'll see. See, we're not getting Trey with DeJounte Murray this time because they're both very expensive now, as they should be. Both can go off on any given slate. So not getting them together this time. Get a lot of Devin Booker. What was he at 8,300? That's a very nice spot to get to Booker. Again, Kevin Porter Jr. at 6,800 is nice. A lot of mid-range guys again. A lot of the mid-range. Definitely not studs and duds today. Trey at 87 is very, very good. Okay, so we got the 150. I mean, how many? So I mean, like everybody in this lineup is obviously, except for Jabari Smith, is over 10% in the rise percentage. And we got what 1, 2, 3, A-tier guys in here. Do we have any fours? We have a 4 here. I'm thinking the number's 3 to 4. I'm thinking it's 3 to 4 of the A tier. And then the rise percentage number, we may have to be a little bit more aggressive than we are on DraftKings. Interesting. Okay, so for the projection tier, I'm gonna focus on these A tier guys. We're gonna say at least 3. I think that's the move. And then let's make a rise group. Say mid 10. And then make the group an FC. Yeah, scroll all the way down. Let's say at least 3. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna want in the lineup. It's like you definitely don't want only 2 A-tier guys, right? Getting a lot of 3s. Let's just sort by my projected here. Optimals at 333. Like, let's say we do exactly 2. See what that looks like. Does that change the median projection at all? Takes a few points off. What's the ownership difference? Under 200 there. A big change. Big change in ownership. And you're sacrificing, 4 points off the median? That may not be a bad idea for tournaments. Like you're entering like the nickel 150 max, just massive field. We are getting like a 231 here. Let's see what's our highest owned over here. 254. I think I'm less concerned about ownership as I am just getting the right guys in the lineup. As kind of simple as that may sound, just trying to stay as optimal as possible, I think. Like, yeah, obviously you prefer to have some some lower owned shots in here. I do have everybody checked, right? Yeah, everyone's in the pool. Yeah, I mean, got like guys under 10%. See what this looks like. Just not really getting to a whole lot. This was one unique as well, so that probably changes things. So let's rerun that. Let's do at least three. At least three, rerun it. We should get some different stuff now. I do like getting Jokic. Let's see. Jokic. I mean, you're playing Jokic for the ceiling, right? You're playing him to get to this 67, right? He's getting to he's getting to 67 6% of the time. You're playing for that. You're not playing Jokic to get to the 56. It's likely going to get there, but like if Jokic gets to the 45, you're saying Jokic failed. So you're playing him to get to that 67, which at 6.4% is not ideal, right? You'd rather just get the jaw here at 19% chance to get to 56. Likely why we're not getting a ton of those studs. Just not really high percentage chance to get there. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Richard Sanchez for DK waiting on any injury or out news. Let's go and check out Underdog here. This is a really easy way to look at things. Again, Jamal Murray questionable. Well, let's see. Coming off the ACL, I expect Jokic to be in. I expect Anthony to be in. Harris is in. Jalen Smith questionable. Well, let's see. Denny's already in. Dylan Brooks should be out, which again makes us like Desmond Bay more. LaMelo is out again, so Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre, all looking very good on DK. Same line for the Spurs. Kind of expect that. We were talking about this in Discord. Devin Vassell just had his worst possible game last time out. Right, shot 3 for 15 from the field, 0 for 8 from deep. He's not going to be that bad again. So, I mean, if he isn't the highest owned over here, I'm going to play him. I'm not really too concerned about him just failing again. If the numbers line up, I'm going to play him. Pacers front court is an interesting one. Right, Jalen Smith is questionable, so if in any situation that he's out, let's see what the Pacers' options are, as bad as they may be. So they got Terry Taylor. It's probably Isaiah Jackson. We would have to give a bump there. And if he starts, he likely gets into the A tier for value. So that'd be one we have to check out. Miles Turner is definitely going to be out again. Bulls, Zach LaVine out again, and Lonzo's going to be out for a lot of time. Yeah, DeMar DeRozan gets a lot of the bump there. Wizards are the same. Anybody else? Yeah, we already talked about. The Magic. Interesting to watch how Paolo does again. See if he can have another really good performance. The Hawks are just gonna be without Bogdan for a while. Like the Raptors, I think like every slate, the Raptors are going to be like okay. Like if you want like 5% Fred VanVleet, fine. But nobody here really stands out, especially with pricing as it is. No one on the Raptors is really going to stand out. I'm not really getting to anybody on the Nets either. That pretty much sums it up. Any other ones here? Yeah, we're thinking Santi's gonna start again. If Santi starts, I'm gonna be all the way there. Bruno Fernando did really well last game. So yeah, expecting to be there again. Just gotta watch this Denver stuff. Starts at 10 p.m. So gotta wait a little bit while after luck for that one. Yeah, other than that, that looks like it's about it. So let's jump on back over here. Let's see here. Of course, this is no exposure caps as well, so keep that in mind. I'll probably have it like at the 70% range when I do my final crunches. But get a lot of Santi over here at power forward, a lot of Bane, a lot of Jabari Smith. He's really good value. He doesn't have a rise percentage, but he's a very good value. A lot of Trae Young at 87, a lot of Ja Morant, 94. That's a good price tag for him. Getting a lot of Grizzlies. Right, we're stacking Grizzlies a lot. 88%, at least 3 Grizzlies. That's interesting. Let's see here. Okay. Anybody in the Rise Fall Discord? Scrosby just said that cores are live. So if you want to get the cores, NBA GPP core right over here. That's where you get the course. Actually, let's look at some GPP pivots on DraftKings. Look at that in a second. But again, a lot of Oubre, a lot of Halliburton. And who would the fades be? Assume we use the same thing on DraftKings. It would be Jabari Smith, and it would be Devin Booker. So let's see how that looks, and we'll add an exposure cap. I did the same kind of thing last night, and obviously smaller slate, but it did have some pretty good results. Yeah, why all those crunches? Let's look at some GPP pivots. So yeah, you want to get off of Devin Vassell, Jalen Green, Gordon Hayward, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Kelly Oubre. There's some good ones. Obviously, we saw that I was getting just a ton of Josh Hart, so that looks like the top pivot. I do like Gordon Hayward and Jalen Green quite a bit as well. Jalen Green started out really hot last game, but just kind of cooled down. You want to get off of Kevin Porter. We saw Halliburton was the highest zone, so I would probably not prefer to go there. I think if you want to pivot off of Kevin Porter, I think I prefer Kate Cunningham. That'd be likely where I go. Jakob Poeltl. I'm getting a ton of Bam just naturally. See, I'm gonna have a ton of Bam. I'm gonna have a ton of Vucevic. So I'm just naturally getting some of these pivots. Joval is an interesting one at 7K. If he gets 30 minutes, he's always viable to just go bananas. See, you want to get off of Michael Porter Jr. You would talk about Jabari Smith. He's a pretty good point per dollar guy. Santi is a guy I'm going to get to quite a bit. Those will be my top 2 here. Yeah, Buddy Hield, 6,400. Probably not going to get there on this slate. Jeremy Grant as well. Yeah, definitely get to a lot of Santee. A lot of Jabari Smith. Maybe not on DraftKings, but on FanDuel, a guy that definitely stands out. So let's look at the FanDuel pivots. See what those look like. Let's see. Okay, so you want to go for Jabari Smith. Santee's going to be in a lot of my lineups. Cam Johnson's an interesting one. Pretty good rating for Cam Johnson. Same thing for Jalen Smith, if Jalen Smith is in. Sengun kind of makes sense from a game theory perspective. Like a Jabari Smith gets in foul trouble, you would think that Sengun gets in there. You want to get off of Oubre on FanDuel. A direct one would be Gordon Hayward. Vassell, who we just talked about, really can't play worse than they did the other day. Josh Hart's a nice one. Franz Wagner is fine. Devin Booker. Only $300 more for Kyrie. Much lower rise percentage. But I mean, we know the ceiling Kyrie has. I would assume that Terry Rozier would be next in line. Terry Rozier or Tyrese Halliburton. I'm assuming are going to be the next in line when we look at that crunch. Let's see, Kevin Porter. Kind of similar guys, right? I'm not really on Ben Simmons right now. I'm probably just sticking with Kevin Porter, honestly. I'd rather just pivot elsewhere. It's kind of same here. I'd rather just stick with Bane, I think. Like you want to take a shot on Paolo, that's fine. Keldon Johnson played very, very well last time out. Am definitely a fan of his role on the Spurs. But let's look at it this way, just so we can see like the whole thing. John Morant, Desmond Bane, Tyrese Halliburton, Santee, top four. That's a big core four right there. I really have like a core, 6? Really like 7. So like 2/3 of the lineups have the same 7 guys. Is that something you want to run throughout 150 max? It has a lot of upside. If like Memphis guys go off, I really don't hate it. I do typically like running like a core 3 or core 4, and then just kind of going from there. Really interesting. Yeah, we're getting 33% Jokic over the field. That's certainly fine. I'm definitely fine with getting to Jokic, especially when he's got power forward eligibility. He should not have that, but we will take it. Yeah, I mean, assuming the Memphis line is what we want it to be, I really do expect on FanDuel I'm going to be jamming Memphis guys in here. Contract getting in here over the field as well. Got to imagine that's where I'm going to be on FanDuel. So to kind of wrap things up here. So just show you like the FanDuel core. DraftKings, Josh Hart, Santee, Bam Adebayo, Jason Tatum. Really the big four there. I really like Vooch today as well. I'm probably going to try to get a little bit more Vooch, honestly. Yeah, that's where I stand. Really, headed up to lock. We got about an hour and a half here. At the time of the stream, just make sure you're paying attention. Underdog NBA. That's gonna be very key heading up to lock, so you can make the fastest adjustments possible. There's no updated study hub. This is the final. It's the final that we got today. So I would recommend staying in the Rise of All Discord and then making those adjustments that likely Scrosby and Davin Puggle are going to put out. So we would be adjusting that way, and then got to do some manual stuff. But yeah, that's going to do it for the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like on the video if you're watching this as a video, and leave a comment. Let me know who your top plays for the NBA slate are for today. And if this is during the slate, then let me know how your day is going. I will see you all in the next stream.